was out with my friend the other weekend and I actually asked her, how do you put a tampon in? Not, okay, right,
Okay.
I mean, I get that one, but...
Wait. Now, as in, was this recently?
26 years old.
What's hot? What's been happening?
Well, I was watching online, guys, yeah. There was this lady, right? She's trying to move her TV back into her flat, right? Obviously, she's moving in. To just realise that she actually moved into a retiring home.
How can you miss that?
She's like 27, right?
Right.
So she moved into a retirement home not knowing. So she tried to ask somebody for help to kind of bring up her TV. She went to her first neighbour. It was like an old lady. And she was like, oh, do you know anybody that could help me with bring up my TV? The old lady was like, oh yeah, somebody next door probably can help you. She went to the next door neighbour and it's an old man. Obviously, he still managed to help her, bring up her TV and stuff. But then he was just like to her, you're quite young to be moving into a retirement home.
Oh,
And then
penny drop.
and she was just like,
Well, why haven't the pennies dropped? Surely she's paying fees. Surely she's getting her dinner paid.
She-
for
What
her.
kind of like retirement home was this?
it was on a letting agency basically, but they didn't specify that it was a
Nothing
retirement
that said
home.
you have to be over the age of
No, so
OAP.
I'm guessing it was the website's fault because she did say that she marked off retirement homes.
Well, then you've
You've
got
got
your
to
bed
be-
lie in it and have someone serve you dinner from it as well.
Oh, nice bit of jello in bed, please.
I mean, at least no noise after 7 p.m. She's sleeping good, ain't she?
I bet the neighbour. Yeah, but I always think older neighbours are kind of a lot worse.
You reckon?
Yeah, because then if you make like a little bit of noise.
What are they doing?
Well, she has a
Oh,
friend round, or
you're
she
not.
plays her TV a bit loudly, then they're
Well,
going to be
now
on
we up
okay.
louder because she can't hear us.
Well, no insomnia for her, innit? So I guess there's a win-win in some sort of.
Who handed her the keys? At what point is like no one telling her like, good luck?
No, but what do? You've paid a deposit.
I don't mind it. I think that's hot. Is it reduced price?
I don't know.
I bet not.
What would you do?
I'd stay probably.
stay?
I'll
You
give
like
it a
old-
lovely.
You like old people.
I love them.
You
Maybe during
love
winter,
old people.
I wouldn't mind.
In the winter?
In the winter, I wouldn't
What's
mind.
the difference?
Because summer,
Warm them up a bit.
Sit on their laps.
No, summer. If I want to, like,
Come to get my gran out.
No, but guys, like, do you know during the
Christmas.
summer, it's a hot summer's day. You're blasting your music. You don't hear, turn that down,
Yeah,
excuse me, you're making too
exactly.
much
I can't
noise.
hear it. Take out the hearing aids. Sorry, darling.
Yeah.
I'll call you when dinner's ready.
I just thought that's so funny. I was just like, wow, 27 years old, moving into a
27.
retirement home.
Yeah, well, I mean, London's rent prices won't
Yeah.
surprise me if I'm in there next week.
You'll be there out of choice though.
Oh.
Yeah, I love it.
Old
Getting
late
those
people.
wills. So, guys, I don't know if this is embarrassing to admit to you or to the internet, to the world, but I was out with my friend the other weekend and I actually asked her, how do you put a tampon in?
What?
Not, okay, right,
Okay.
I mean, I get that one, but...
Wait. Now, as in, was this
Yeah,
recently?
26 years old.
So you've never used.
Never been taught how to put a tampon in.
To be
Hey.
honest-
Did she cock her leg up and show you?
And then she helped me.
Oh my gosh, to be honest, I don't think I was taught either. I remember I was in France actually on holiday, family holiday, not being
Tour
a tour guide.
guide.
No, not tour guided. Family holiday. I was 15 and obviously we ran out of sanitary towels, right?
Yeah.
The nearest shop is like 25 minutes away, drive.
Yeah.
Cool. So imagine I'm a 15-year-old girl, yeah? I'm in the bathroom. I'm like, oh my God, I need like, cousin, I need some, oh, there's some tampons. I'm like, what the hell was this? I sat on that toilet seat until she drove 25 minutes to get sanitary towels because I wasn't doing it.
Well, so my point is, why the hell in school are we taught how to put a condom on, but we're not told how to put a tampon in? I know it's quite niche, but I just feel like we're missing a few tricks here. Which made me just carry on thinking, like, the things I was taught in sex education when I was in school, I only have this earliest memory of having like a TV wheeled into our library in year 4, and we were just showing
Year
a cartoon.
4?
Yeah, we were showing a
Start you
cartoon.
young on the Isle of Wight, don't you?
Well, you have to because you'll be your brother next week. No, no. Don't look at my fingers. I've got 6 of them.
Oh my God.
No, so yeah, my earliest memory is the TV being wheeled into the library, and I just remember being shown this video of these 2 cartoon men and women just rubbing
Yeah.
up against each other.
Oh.
I genuinely, until maybe year 8 when we were next taught about
Yeah.
sex
ed,
education, I
yeah.
thought babies were made from friction.
I used to think up until like year 7, 8, until I think my mum ended up telling me. She gave me like the talk. She was like, that this is you might find out through friends, but I want you to know what actually happened. No, she just kind of like explained it, but I thought that babies were made through kissing.
Oh, kissing.
Yeah.
I thought it was the belly button. Just press the belly button. Boop. That's the baby.
Like a micro
Yeah. My parents would no.
Ding, baby's ready.
I genuinely thought, like, when I first was hearing about things like foreplay and intimacy, I found out about, like,
what age? This
year
four?
7.
It's
These,
year 7.
these
Okay.
things were happening like year 7. Wow. I was in English and I was just hearing some kind of rumours on my left.
Okay, yeah.
That there was some kind of blowjob story.
Okay.
And in my head, I'm just imagining a bit of, like, blowing your dinner. I found out through my English class, Shakespeare, someone said the word, is it fellatio?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Fellatio.
that.
So Shakespeare actually taught me sex
Okay.
education,
Wow.
not...
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Go and shake. Go
Another
on, William.
fixed sexual thing.
I think also, like, as a gay person, there is zero in terms of sex education. You're not taught about prevention, HIV prevention, or what's accessible as, you know, gay men growing up. And, like, I think it comes from as well, like, Section 28 brought out in the 80s by Margaret Thatcher and the Tory party. There was a rule which basically stopped teachers teaching students about gay people, which meant they weren't allowed in any form of literacy, any form of kind of history. You weren't allowed to talk about it.
And it is through things like film culture that I have learnt more about, like,
For sure.
LGBTQ representation and things like that.
And like HIV is still around, but people don't realise, or some people do, but like there's a thing called PrEP, which if you take it every day stops you from getting it, and it's free on the NHS.
That's crazy. I learned about that watching Hollyoaks. I used to love Hollyoaks, don't watch it anymore, but they are very, very good at, like, educational purposes. Like, soaps are the way to go.
I've heard that advice before, to be honest.
Because
You want to know something? You check out the soaps.
You watch
some
EastEnders.
Watch some Hollyoaks. Home and Away. Trust me.
Oh my God.
Well, when I have kids, I'll tell them, if you want to know anything, Coronation Street.
Yeah, with me, I had a very different kind of upbringing. Sex was forbidden. That word alone,
Really?
we couldn't really say it. Well, my parents didn't say it, so there was no way I was gonna bring it up. I actually used to run away from sex education classes. So I used to say that I was either sick, because I just didn't want to hear the thought of, like, a man goes into a fever and they create a bit, like, it was like
I never got taught about it by my parents either. I learned everything basically through school or like friends. And we were put in classes with, like, people from the year above, and then I just remember, like, being told how to put a condom on from a cucumber.
I didn't do that.
It's like, when we're all giggling, what are we there laughing about how to prevent teenage pregnancy?
Yeah.
Cucumber. Could have gone to a nice salad.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just find it very, very weird. So I think with me and my upbringing, stuff like sex is rarely talked about at home. Stuff like drugs are rarely talked about at home. Like, there was one time I did get in trouble because somebody, like, a friend, wrote sex in my school planner.
Just the word sex.
Just the word sex.
And
And
was
was
it
like,
one of those S's?
yeah. And my mum was like, what do you know about this? You shouldn't. I said, okay, you know what? Ever since then, I was like, I'm not even going to try and touch on that subject. I will just learn about it myself. And
I'll take it to the
through
street.
any standards. So it's kind of like, I feel like it's very... well, with my upbringing and my culture, it's one of the things that they kind of run away from. Like, parents are not really comfortable. There's nothing wrong with it as well.
No,
it's like, it's
exactly.
something free you should talk about. I don't know why there's such a, like, a hard stigma behind it.
And I think, like, the moments that schools stop kind of trying to stop people from having sex, and, like, just start kind of like
Just
educating.
shagging the classrooms.
Okay,
But I do
5
feel
minutes.
like year 4's quite... How old are you in year 4?
And I'm not talking about year 4.
Oh, what to say?
Talking about secondary school.
Oh, right, secondary school. Primary school's a bit mad.
So we asked our audience, what do you wish that you were taught at school about sex education? And the answers were very interesting. So someone put that sex is normal. Another person said, I went to a Catholic school growing up, so sex ed was practically zero. Someone else said female pleasure, realistic expectations of sex, and common fears. I just wish that they'd made it clear that it's okay to be worried. Very interesting about female pleasure. There's nothing about, like, masturbation, being okay on your own. Like, you don't always have to focus on the reproductive partner side of sex. You're actually self-sufficient, and it's actually better.
We've got loads of toys to help you.
Yeah.
Reality versus expectations is really... I don't think, like, that's mainly down to, like, obsessive amounts of porn.
You hear all these stories, and then when you have it, it's just like, this is not how it's meant to be. But then it's like, why are you comparing?
You have this idea and you build up in your head, especially when you're younger, of how it's going to be, and it's the absolute stark difference. And it's like setting
It's
realistic...
not even that. Like, for instance, movies, 50 Shades of Grey. when that came out, you know, I've not watched it, but when that came out, everyone was like, oh my God, yeah, this happened, and I'm going to try this. And Twitter was all frantic. I'm thinking, all right then, guys.
Not even just films like that, like films where like the sex scenes are so sensual and so kind of like...
Realistically, you're in your
Realistically,
16-year-old boyfriend's bedroom and he's got his New York skyline, 1 centimetre pillow pancake in the corner.
Making breakfast.
That's unrealistic. That's the expectations I wanted.
Yeah.
No, it's just that it's so cold compared to obviously this idea that you have in your head, and then you start thinking, oh, am I not good enough? Am I not living up to this?
But there's a lot of like content out there that is accessible, but there's not enough like people actually speaking on safety or speaking to answer questions to people that don't know what's going on or that are curious to find out. And it's also where we need to kind of like change the stigma towards like people being comfortable enough to ask those questions openly.
Did your school have the rumour about the girl who used a crisp packet as a condom?
Don't even say a word.
You did it?
That's disgusting.
Oh, there's like salt and vinegar as well, apparently.
But not a crisp pack.
This is like prawn cocktail with cheese and
Oh
onion.
my God, no, I actually can't be in this because of my phobia. I can't. No.
There was a rumour that this...
That is
Yeah.
terrible.
I believe it still to this day.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, I remember. Do you remember? I remember like looking in the shop at the son of that like 13-year-old couple that had a baby,
Oh my days.
and the child was really small, and then they just sat on the bed, and
Yeah.
that's the biggest bit of contraception I ever needed.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That really put me off. I was like, yep, not me.
I'll tell you what a good form of contraception is. Icks.
There's one way to get out of having sex is finding a nick in someone.
Absolutely. It doesn't need to be sex, just within the first 5 minutes of a
Conversation.
Yeah.
Seeing them.
When they shake your hand and they've got sausage fingers. I feel like I've got Frank, was it Frank
Frankfurters.
What?
Frankfurters.
Frankfurters.
Frank what?
Speak to Frank.
Frankfurters.
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 Welcome to Hooters.
Welcome to Frankfurters.
Frankfurters.
Frankfurters. Hello?
Frankfurters.
Yes.
I feel like I've got Frankfurters, right?
Okay.
So if you have a bigger hand than me, oh hell no.
Oh, mine are so stupid. It'd be like if they're in the back seat of a car.
What?
Like, you know, when like you turn up and they're like at the back and they're like,
Yeah, mention.
hi.
Wait.
Why can't you not? Why, you're not big enough to sit in the front seat. Don't speak to me. Don't speak to me.
Wow.
Bye.
Where should I go, on the roof?
Or rather you walked. Rather you walked than sit in the back of the car. You're either driving the car or you're not in it at all.
Really?
Also, I don't like seeing people cycle from behind.
What? Wait, hold on.
Like just like that
Yeah,
whole
hunched
posture
over.
of like looking like Bowser on a stick is just so unflattering. Get off that bike
Go
and walk.
Mario character. I've got two biggest ones that have come to my mind. One, a man lowering himself into a hot bath. It's quite a strong visual for me that I just can't quite get around. It's like, can you picture it like scoliosis, Neanderthal, naked, just ooh ooh ah ah ooh ah ooh. That's revolting. Actually, just don't.
Yeah, that's a really good
Don't
one.
ever do
Just a
that
thought.
with my eyeline.
When they're in the barbers and they rise their chair up.
Oh, the bottom side is
Leave.
And it gets bumped up and it's like no short kings.
In that pigeon cape as well. That's
Yeah,
just
everybody do this.
Oh, just like in any form of
Little
kind
Dracula.
of like what's it called, like nurses' pins or like going to the dentist and they're just wrapped up.
Oh my
I
god!
don't care about your dental hygiene like that. Also, I said the other day, if I see you with a shopping bag, no chances.
Are you being for real?
Like just walking around with like 3 things in an empty shopping bag. Why is your hand not big enough to carry them
Juggle
all?
it.
Oh, okay, my one would be like men holding umbrellas. I don't care if it's raining.
That's
Take-
too girly.
Yeah, it's too,
Yeah.
I don't
Umbrellas
care.
are for girls.
Especially those small ones. Not even the
Oh no, that's small one.
yeah.
when it's
Definitely
the small
not.
ones and then it
Definitely
turns over
not.
because of the wind.
But yeah.
Are you done?
An umbrella that folds in on itself.
Yeah, that can't be my man. Can't be my man.
No,
I'm so
chance.
sorry,
I
can't
feel
be my
sick
man.
at that actually, Christine.
Do you think
Yeah.
about it?
I've got quite a specific one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, in the toilets,
Okay, we'll be going with this one.
and they obviously have to be sitting, but you know those like toilet roll holders where it's got like the hole in the middle and you're pulling it. I just picture a man. Do you know when it's
Yeah.
like the thing with the hole and they look like a little magician? They're just
Yeah.
bent over like that. That's real. Like, pack it up, mister. Where's your assistant? Men that have battery packs, like chargers, like
Oh.
portable chargers.
No, I need when my phone dies so quickly.
No.
It's so embarrassing.
So-
Every time I get it
Portable
out of my bag,
chargers.
I'm like,
It's like when they're holding it on the back of their phone.
No, do you know what? No. That's all right. Do you know what I hate?
USB just flinging out of pocket.
What? Do you know the little
it's just like simple things as well, like
Yeah.
asking for like the waiter's attention and they get ignored.
No.
Oh my god. I'm leaving the
As
restaurant.
it's
I'm
like-
leaving. Nah.
I'll pay.
No, the worst thing is when that happens, I actually have to make an effort to pretend I didn't notice because I can't feed into them knowing that I just saw that. Ugh. So that's why we are single!
I am the problem.
All right, guys. So this is the section for Don't Spill the Tea, our favorite game. So make sure you guys join in at home if you can as well. Do you know what I mean?
send
Get
us
your tea in your
Get your
gobs.
tea, get a tea, get a biscuit. Let's
send
go.
us your stories as well.
Yeah, why
and
not?
We try not to spill the tea to your stories, but make them funny.
Producer
Make them
Bob,
up.
let's do it. All right, guys. Sip your teas.
Growing up, I had the most incredible orgasms sat on the washing machine of our utility room. My mum genuinely thought I was really eager to do the washing. I'm so desperate to have sex with a female clown, I can't take it.
Oh, I say that one. Oh my god. Isn't that like Harley Quinn?
That's what I thought in my head.
Krusty the Clown, like with a wig on. Got a female clown.
That's weird.
And then you're having sex,
Man in the toilet. Why did I picture myself?
What?
It's a lot about my subconscious thoughts.
That is actually quite
I want to ask
concerning.
them some questions.
Have you got any weird things that you find weirdly attractive?
Weirdly attractive Phil Mitchell from EastEnders.
Oh my god.
And Max Brannan, because he used to live right next to me.
Okay,
So I used-
what's the correlation here? I fancy my neighbours.
No, but bald head's a bit ginger, you know. Phil Mitchell, that little rough.
You
know?
really are living the soap, the soap
love
stream,
it.
aren't you?
Listen, I'm telling you, like
She
me
doesn't
and
need
Phil-
Hollyoaks, she just needs East End.
EastEnders. Yeah, I watch it every day.
Wow.
But yeah, Phil Mitchell,
Mitchell,
and
oh
Max Brannan. Call me.
Get your girl single.
Call
or,
me.
or if you need a tour of Paris.
Christ. I can't think. Big noses. I actually love big noses. Big
noses.
Roman nose.
Big Roman nose.
You know what they say about big noses?
Would you say
Big
that?
bogey.
Yeah. But big bogies too.
Yeah.
I just love someone that will like me back.
Yeah, that is.
Don't we all?
weird.
Don't
That
we
is
all?
weird.
Yeah.
What a crazy concept. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you subscribe and check us out next week. See ya.